Hello, my name is Clint Wilson, and my project is on Donatello. Donatello is first mentioned in chapter 13 of your book, page 11 and 12. Donatello's real name is Donato di Niccolo di Beto Bardi, and he was born in 1386. He was often considered the greatest sculptor of the early Renaissance due to the expressivity of his work from the St. George to the bronze Feast of Herod. During the early Renaissance, Donatello depicted a popular scene of David, the boy who slew the giant Goliath. Standing a little over 5 feet tall and made entirely of bronze, and it now resides at the Museo Nazionale de Bargello in Florence. The stone and sling, but the giant's head at his feet, stands to provide a quick version of the story for someone who may have never heard it. The nude style of this sculpture was the first in over 1,000 years and very important to Western art history. The statue was commissioned by Cosimo de' Medici to reside in the Palazzo Medici. Donatello also depicts David as a young man rather than as the grown-up King David. Looking closely at the statue, you can see the body of young David is not quite as muscular as you would expect for someone who has just slain a giant, leaving you to believe that some kind of divine intervention has taken place. In that case, it gives the victory to God rather than David himself. Getting more into the middle years of Donatello's life, he joined up with a sculptor and architect by the name of Michelozzo. Together, they created many works of art, including tombs for the Pope of John the 23rd and Cardinal Brancacci. Even today, the tomb still holds the preserved body of Pope John the 23rd. Around the year 1418, Donatello was ordered to make the Feast of Herod. He finally completed it in 1427 for the font in the baptistry of Siena. This work of art shows a depiction of the life of Saint John the Baptist, or rather, a part of his life. One of the major popularities within this relief is the way it used perspective to show the picture. As you look at the scene, you notice a table surrounded by many people, including Salome and Herod. In the relief, Salome tells Herod to retrieve the head of St. John the Baptist. Herod does his master's bidding and returns with the head sitting on a platter. He kneels and presents the head to Salome, surely feeling some disgust for the severed head he holds in his hands. During the later years of Donatello's life, he moved to northern Italy to the city of Padua, where he worked for a little bit over 10 years. During this time, he created the Gatta Malata, meaning honeyed cat. This was the nickname of a mercenary named Erasimo da Narni. He is depicted riding the horse within this sculpture. To honor Erasmo after his death, the city of Padua placed his statue in front of the city's main church. The artwork was also important at the time due to its likeness to ancient sculpture and how natural it looked. This work of art also resembles the famous antique equestrian statue of Emperor Marcus Aurelius. If you look at this statue of Marcus Aurelius, you can see he holds his hand out as if giving orders over people or presiding over them with power, whereas the statue of Guatemala seems as if he is more about honor and skill. He was also a public servant of sorts and took orders from civil authority. And this brings me to the end of my report on Donatello. My name is Clint Wilson, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.